Today, Saturday, the 30th of November 2024, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our hand-picked events based on our top 10 list and top 15 game predictions based on corner kicks, straight wins, as well as 1.5 and 2.5 goal events, which we share to members only with huge odds to take your winning to the next level, then of course you want to make sure that you join the level 2 pro plan to start to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. You are also going to have access to big league events like Champions League match predictions, Europa League, Conference League, Premier League, and other big league events which we provide to members only to take your winning to the next height. So to join, the link is below this video description. You want to join to become a member to benefit from all of these features. Also, to those of you who want to enroll to our betting class, that is masterclass tutorials, which we provide to students of this level, called the level 3 master. With this level, you're going to have access to top-notch betting tutorial classes to take your winning to the next height. It is going to fortify you and put you to the next height so that you have that ability to find games as a pro and start to make your own slate to boost winning by even more greater percent. And you're also going to have more odds at this level. So before we proceed to the first game of our today's list, I first of all want to share a quick announcement with you. Recently, we just created a particular post here on this website, and of course, we titled it as Great Soccer Prediction Website You Need to Know. On this post, we have actually crafted out some great prediction website which can help you to also find and analyze games. We also have some strategy here like learn effective strategies to enhance your betting choices. You can as well watch video tutorials on YouTube to learn how. We have related links here which you can go directly and watch the videos, tutorials, or strategies. We have also highlighted some key point area for you to take some few key points. And we have other sections like top 15 football prediction site and other lots of things you're going to find here on this particular web page, which we have posted here. And we are also going to be updating this list. Anytime we update it, we are going to let you know. And if you find the post interesting, then you want to make sure to share among your friends. And of course, we also have related articles here or videos which you can watch and learn something new like 2.5 goal strategy, an AI tool to use, correct score app, and a lot of things which you can see here on this web page. And if you want to actually access this, I'll put the link below this video description so that you can go directly to this web page and watch some few video tutorials as well as learning something new to help you to benefit from this, what we have listed here. Also, I noticed there are some of you who are mostly students here, and of course, you are taking classes like maybe math classes or biology classes. We just recently create a new channel here, which is titled as Mathematical, that is Mathematical 721, where we offer free math classes, especially those of you taking math as a course, whether in high school or university or whatever level that you are. We provide top-notch classes on major topics in mathematics to enable you and to help you to always boost your knowledge when it comes to math classes and tutorials. We also have some biology courses we offer for free, and this is the channel here, Edu Learners. You want to also make sure to join, especially those of you who are students. You want to either join the math classes, the mathematical class, or the biology classes. We give a lot of tutorials for you, question and answer series also, which we provide, and you want to make sure that you take advantage of it. So that being said, let's move to the first game of our today's list. Looking at the first event here, we want to look at Germany in the Regional Liga West. Here we are looking at Borussia Mönchengladbach playing against Tukspor Dortmund. For this event, we want to look here. You're going to see that the performance of the home here, as you can see, proved very conceding, even though they do score between two, as you can see, two goals, and 2 goals per each event, but they do also concede very much. The away also, on the other hand, is also a very good conceding team. And looking at the recent form of these two in terms of games they have just recently had, based on the comparison of their forms, we are going to see that these two teams are very conceding. They are not very tight at defense. And looking at the home, Mönchengladbach, based on its event they have had, you can see that they are good offense based on home. 5 event played, 12 goals scored, 5 conceded. The opponent, on the other hand, you can see that the defensive power also is not that very tight and very weak. And the offense is average. And looking at everything in here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, both of the two sides are good at offense. That is, one of it is average, but the defense is very weak. As a result, both of the two sides want to impress, so want to look at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time, since the defense of both sides is weak. Looking at the next, we'll look at Scotland in the Premiership, a match between Celtic against Ross County. The performance of Celtic based on recent events have proved that they are very good, and they've had games, especially in the Champions League against Club Brugge, where they had a draw, and they have had major games here recently, and their performance has been great. The opponent, on the other hand, is not as good as that of the home. You can see the rating here, not that very tough. Comparing the stance of these two, looking at the form comparison, especially the home team based on home games, you're going to see that Celtic is a very good team. They have scored 13 goals for 5 games played, conceding only 2, high offense and very strong defense. But that of the opponent, Ross County, on the other hand, proved that the defense is very, very weak and the offense is very average. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the defense of Ross County is very weak and the offense of the home is very tough. We therefore want to look at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away team to lead this match in full time, as well as the home to score at least 1 goal or more for this event in full time. So look at two major picks. 1, the home to lead. 2, the home to score 1 goal or more. Or just looking at 1.5 goal for this event in full time, since the defense of the away is very weak. Looking at the next here, we'll look at France Cup, a match between Tours against Saint-Son. For this event, of course, Tours recently have proved that they are better in terms of goal scoring, having played in great play like in the friendly, their performance has been very great. The opponent, on the other hand, have had very poor performance, especially also you can see the friendly, they did not perform greatly, and even in the major games itself, in the CDF, their performance were very, very poor. But this home game in CDF, performance good, and also club friendly performance was very good. And looking at the home games for this home team, they are good, but the away for the away is poor. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at the home to take advantage of the very poor performance of the away, especially based on the games they have recently had. But that of the home have proved that they are better in terms of the CF, that is the club friendly. They have performed very greatly. So want to look at it to bring the form here to either lead this match in full time as one of the major pick, or at least just looking at 1.5 goal in full time. So home to lead or 1.5 goal in full time is our two major pick. Looking at the next, we'll look at France Ligue 1, a match between PSG against Nantes. The performance of PSG, the home team, recently have proved that they are good, and they have also had games, especially in the Champions League against Bayern Munich, which they had a lose here. Bayern Munich is also a very strong team. Nantes, on the other hand, have just had game only in the L1, that is in the France Ligue 1. As you can see here, their performance have been very, very poor. And looking here at the recent head-to-head they just recently had, you are going to see that PSG play at away. It beat Nantes 2-1. This time, PSG is coming home and having a better form. We still want to look at PSG to be the favorite. Looking here at the stands based on recent gameplay in terms of form, PSG at home have proved that they are very good. They sit on the first place. They have had 5 events, having all the 5 wins, scoring 14 goals and conceding 4. But Nantes, on the other hand, based on the away games, you're going to see that the defense of Nantes is not strong and the offense is just average. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, PSG, the home, have proved to be more offensive, and since the defense of Nantes, on the other hand, is not that very tough, we want to look at PSG to take advantage of the weak defense of Nantes to lead in full time, and also to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next here, we'll look at Bolivia, that is Bolivia Professional Clusoria, Bolivia against Royal Paris. The home team, Bolivia, have proved that they are very offensive based on recent events they have had, scoring 2 to 3 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, is a very conceding team, and they have had game in the LFP, where the performance have been very, very weak. But that of the home have proved that they are better. Comparing the stands of these two in terms of form based on recent stands, we are going to see that the form table proved that the home team is better as compared to that of the away. Looking at the home, they sit here on the 4th position. They have had 10 goals scored for 5 events played and 4 conceded. But the away team, on the other hand, have proved that based on the away game, the defense is weak and the offense is also weak. And looking at everything in place, want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home team proved to have a better offense as compared to the offense of the away. And since the defense of the away is weak, want to look at the home of better offense to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead in full time as one of the major picks, as well as the home to score at least one goal or more. These are our two major picks for this particular event. The home to lead and the home to score at least one goal over. Looking at the next year, we want to look at Belgium in the Pro League, a match between Club Brugge against Dende. For this event, Club Brugge here, based on recent events, have proved that they are good, and they have had games in the Champions League against Celtic, where you can see that the performance was equal. That of Club Brugge against teams in the JL, that is Jupiter League, have proved that they are good, but comparing to that of its opponent on the other hand, they are not very good. The stand performance of these two, Club Brugge, have proved that based on form, they are better. And looking at the home performance of Club Brugge, they sit here right on the 6th position, and they are very offensive. They have scored 15 goals for 5 events played, conceding 6. Their offense is very good. And now, looking at the performance of its opponent based on the away game, Dende, you are going to see that Dende, on the other hand, have a weak defense and the offense is not strong. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home team have proved to be good, and since its offense is strong and the defense of the away is weak, we want to look at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead in full time as one of the major picks, as well as looking at least 1.5 goals in full time. Looking at the next year, we want to look at Turkey in the first league, a match between Bandırmaspor against Yeni. For this event, of course, the performance of the home have proved that they are good based on recent event they have had. The opponent, on the other hand, have proved to be very conceding, taking up to 4 to 6 goals conceded per each game. That's a poor defense. And looking at the stance in terms of form comparison of these two, the home team have proved that based on home games they have had, they sit here on the 5th position and the offense is better. But that of the opponent, on the other hand, sits here based on the away games. They actually sit right here on the 20th position and the defense is very weak. 18 goals conceded for just 5 games. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the defense of the away is very, very weak and they are very slack. But that of the home is average. Therefore, want to look at the home to take advantage of the very weak defense of the away to either lead in full time or give it a double chance. So we are looking at the home to lead as one of the major pick here or a double chance in full time. Looking at the next here, we want to look here at the match between, that is in the Turkey second league, a match between Karaman against Giresunspor. We are looking at the fact that Karaman here, based on recent event they have had, proved to score at least between 1 to 3 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, is just a very high conceding team, and their performance based on defense is very poor. Comparing the stance here in terms of recent gameplay they have had, we want to look at the form comparison, the home gameplay based on home. We are going to see that here it sits on the 9th position. They are just average, 5 games played, 6 goals scored, 5 conceded. But that of the opponent, on the other hand, you're going to see that the defensive power of the opponent is very weak, and we want to look at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to either lead. But one of the most better possibility here is at least 1.5 goals in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at least 1.5 goals to occur in this match in full time, since both of the two sides have weak defense and they want to compete by increasing the impression rate. So at least 1.5 goals is what we want to look at for this event in full time. Looking at the next pick here, we want to look at Spain in the La Liga, a match between Barcelona against Las Palmas. Looking at the performance of Barcelona based on recent events they have had, they prove to be good. That of Las Palmas, on the other hand, is also a good team. But comparing the recent stand form of these two in terms of recent gameplay they have had, of course, we are going to say that Barcelona is actually a better team, and at home it sits on the 1st position. For 5 events played, they have scored 18 goals, having all the 5 wins, and the defensive power is very, very strong. The opponent, on the other hand, which is the away team, away performance here is not good in defense. They concede 10 goals for 5 matches played, and the offense is just average. And looking at everything in place here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular match play, of course, the home team, Barcelona, have a better offense, and since the defense of the away is not very tight, we want to look at Barcelona to take advantage of a strong defense to lead in full time as one of the major picks, or the possibility of Barcelona to score 1 goal over. We also want to look at 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over in full time. Looking here, the next, we want to look here in the Serbia Super League, a match between Partizan against Jedinstvo. Here we are looking at the performance of the home team, that they are better as compared to that of the away that is very conceding. Comparing the stance of these two in terms of recent gameplay they have had and looking at the form comparison, we are going to see that the home here is better as compared to the away. And the offense of the home is better, but the defense of the away, the offense of the home is better, the defense of the away is very weak. As a result, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at the home to either lead in full time or looking at least one goal over 1.5 goal for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we want to look at Bosnia and Herzegovina, a match between Zeljenica against Sloboda. In this event, of course, the home have proved to be very offensive based on recent event they have had. The away, on the other hand, is very conceding. And looking at the stand comparison of these two in terms of form, the home team have proved to be better. And looking at everything here, looking here at the stand comparison, you can see the home is good at form and the defense is good. But that of the away, the defense is very poor. They have conceded up to 4 goals and they have not scored any. And looking at everything in place here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead in full time, or looking at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next here, we want to look at Scotland, that is in the Scottish Cup, a match between Lingdo Rose against Raid. And looking at the home, they have been very good based on recent event they have had, and they played mostly in the LL, which is the Lowland League. But that of the away is from the champions, that is Championship, and they are better. They are from the higher league as compared to that of the home. And the comparison in terms of form and play of game prove that the away team is better. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. Since the away team is from a more higher league as compared to the home, and the performance of the away have proved to be good, we want to look at the away to lead in full time as one of the major picks, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next here, we'll look at Serbia in the Super League, a match between Mlazdovs against Crvena Zvezda. The away Crvena have proved to be very offensive based on recent event they have just had, and comparing these two in terms of stand by looking at the form comparison, we are going to see that Crvena Zvezda, which is the away, is a more offensive team. And looking at the away performance, they've had 5 games, all the 5 lead, 14 goals scored, 2 concede. But that of the home, based on recent event, they have proved that, of course, they are not very defensive and the offense is just average. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, Crvena Zvezda is more offensive and the offense is high, but the defense of the home is not that very tight. So I want to look at Crvena to either take advantage of the average defense of the home to lead in full time as one of the best pick for this event, or to give Crvena a double chance or to score 1 goal over. Looking here at the next, we'll look at Netherlands in the Eredivisie. We are looking at Feyenoord against Sittard. For Feyenoord, the performance recently have proved to be very good. They've had games, especially in major gameplay like in the Champions League against Man City, where they have 3-3. Looking at the opponent, on the other hand, you're going to see that the performance is just average. Comparing the stands based on recent events they have had, especially based on form, Feyenoord, which is the home team, have proved that they are a good team, especially at home. You can see for 5 events played, they have had 10 goals scored, 5 conceded. Away for Sittard, on the other hand, the defense of Sittard based on the way is not good, and the offense is also not good. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this event, we want to look at Feyenoord, the home team, to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead in full time, with just the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time, since both of the two sides want to impress. Looking here at the next, we'll look at Portugal in the Liga Portugal, a match between Sporting against Santa Clara. Sporting have proved to be good based on recent event they have had. You can see 4 goals per each event, and they had game against Man City where they had a lead, and also against Arsenal where they had at least 1 goal. That of the away game have played mostly in the TP and also in the LP. And of course, comparing the stands of these two, Sporting's CP have proved to be very good in terms of form. And looking at the home game played here, after Benfica, they sit on the second place, having scored 15 goals for 5 games and 2 concede. Is a very offensive team and very defensive team. But that of the opponent, based on the way Santa Clara have proved that the defense is not very tight. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at the home team to lead in full time as one of the major picks to take advantage of the average defense of the away. We also want to look at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals over to occur in this match in full time. And to those of you who want to access our handpicked event based on top 10 list and top 15 list, we will share to members only with huge odds to take your winning to the next level. Then of course you want to join the level 2 pro plan to start to have access to all our game picks, especially big league events like Champions League, Premier League, the Conference League, Europa League, and other big league events to take your winning to the next level. you want to join, the link is below this video description. And to also enroll to our master betting class tutorials to take your winning and have knowledge and skills to set you apart so that you can take advantage of these to see how you can become a pro, to finding games and include in your sleep. Then you want to join the level 3 master to take all these classes and become a pro. The link is also below. Click and join as a level 3 master and start to have access to betting masterclass tutorials. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.